So question 2 is all about practicing taking the right-hand side and writing it as a single logarithm. So you'll see in some questions, sometimes they will say write as a single logarithm. Sometimes they'll use the word simplify. So these are two things of asking the same thing. Same thing we did in part 1 where it said simplify. Now they want you to write it as a single logarithm. And log laws are very, very strict. Right? If it's a law, you can't bend it a little bit and say, well, it's kind of right. No. If you make up your own log law, it's completely wrong. You can only use the log laws as they're written. So I'm going to take them I'm going to steal them from last time. There we go. I'm going to steal those 3. Go edit, copy. Just so that we have them off to the side here. And I'm going to take away some of the extra, like the arrow. Wow! No, I'm not going to try to take away that arrow. That did not work at all. We'll just leave some of the arrows in the color, adds character. Yeah, good. So in A, you see the plus sign. And you're going to think of log law number 1, because log law number 1 has a plus sign. Log law number 1 is log plus log. And we have log plus 3 log. It doesn't match perfectly. Log law number 1 only works if you have log plus log. And we have log plus 3 log. So we have a problem. Is there a log law that would get rid of that problem of that 3? Yes. Log law number 2 that we wrote here says that if you have a number in front, why not throw it in as an exponent? So if I did that in A, I could rewrite this as log x plus log y cubed. Because there's a log law that says if a number's in front, you can move it inside as an exponent. And now, this matches up perfectly to log law number 1. I have log plus log. So I would be allowed to multiply inside the logarithm, and this would be a single logarithm and simplified. So you're going to notice that when you're combining as a single logarithm, you are going to use this law first many times. Because in order to use the adding one or the subtracting one, the only way it works is if it's log minus log or log plus log. So we often, if we have numbers in front, we have to do that first. Get those numbers out of being in front to solve. So same thing in B. As a first step, I'm going to use that second log law, and I can put that 2 that was in front as a square, and that 4 that was in front in as an exponent 4 there. Now you can do this in 2 steps, but I'm going to tell you that it's perfectly legal. So I'll do it in 2 steps, but I'm going to write the first step down in green, because you don't have to write this step down. But you see that these are adding, so I could put them together as multiplying. And then I have subtracting, so I could put them together as dividing. But I'm going to tell you that if you would like, you can go directly from this step to this step. And that anything that is added together will be in your numerator multiplied together. And anything that is subtracted will be in your denominator. And so this, you could go directly from that first step to that second one. And I'm going to add a b.5 here. It's in between b and c, right? That's right. b.5 is in between b and c. Okay, we'll add an extra question. And I'm going to start it as log a plus log b squared minus log c plus log f cubed minus log h to the 4th. And I want you to write that as a single logarithm. And if you try to do it one log law at a time, most students make a little mistake somewhere and it goes back. That's where it's really nice to use this shortcut. How many of them are positive? Log A is positive, log B squared is positive, log F cubed is positive. Notice how I already put the exponents in, so they're all one log in front of each one. So you put all of the positive ones will get multiplied together in your numerator. How many negative ones are there? There's a negative log c and a negative log h to the 4. So you would get a c and an h to the 4 on the bottom. And you can do it all in one step. And it actually makes your life a lot easier with that shortcut. Trying to do them one part at a time, negatives get in the way and we end up making too many mistakes. Mm-hmm. Did I generate b.5? Yes, there's no b.5 in your textbook. Usually textbooks are smarter, they just go A, B, C, and D, right? But if I wanted to add a question in between B and C, that's the best thing I could think of. Okay, now C. I like this one because it's messed up a little bit. There is no log law whatsoever that just has a number. The only way to combine things is these three log laws. Either a log plus a log, a number in front of a log, or a log minus a log. What do we have? We have a log minus a number, right? I'm going to make a little note. I don't know. Is that how you spell ugh? That doesn't match. It only works, man, it only works if it's, like, if it's, blast. If it was log 2 of 6 minus, and also the log law is very particular, it would have to be log 2 there as well. If only this was possible to equal 3. Any ideas what number I should put in the box? An 8. Does that make sense? That if you put an 8 in this box, that this right here is equal to 3. And this is... We went from ugh to ah. Because now it matches up with my log law. Maybe a little bit creative there, right? Our log laws are super fussy, and they only work if they're exactly as seen. So we got a little bit creative because it didn't work at the beginning, but now subtracting, we could write this as log 2 of 6/8. This was multiple choice. They might have log 2 of 3/4. My questions for practice on this one are 5, 8, 11, and 13.